That is part of the beauty of all literature. You discover that your longings are universal longings, that you're not lonely and isolated from anyone. You belong. I fell in love with her courage, her sincerity, and her flaming self-respect. And it's these things I'd believe in, even if the whole world indulged in wild suspicions that she wasn't all she should be. I love her, and it is the beginning of everything. And so with the sunshine and the great bursts of leaves growing on the trees, just as things grow in fast movies, I had that familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer. I'm not sentimental, I'm as romantic as you are. The idea, is that the sentimental person thinks things will last, the romantic person has a desperate confidence that they won't. In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. Things are sweeter when they're lost. I know, because once I wanted something and got it. It was the only thing I ever wanted badly, and when I got it, it turned to dust in my hand. You'll find another. God. Banish the thought. Why don't you tell me that if the girl had been worth having, she'd have waited for you? No, sir, the girl really worth having won't wait for anybody. I couldn't forgive him or like him, but I saw that what he had done was, to him, entirely justified. It was all very careless and confused. They were careless people, Tom and Daisy. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness, or whatever it was that kept them together, and let other people clean up the mess they had made. There must have been moments even that afternoon when Daisy tumbled short of his dreams, not through her own fault, but because of the colossal vitality of his illusion. It had gone beyond her, beyond everything. He had thrown himself into it with a creative passion, adding to it all the time, decking it out with every bright feather that drifted his way. No amount of fire or freshness can challenge what a man will store up in his ghostly heart. Think how you love me, she whispered. I don't ask you to love me always like this, but I ask you to remember. You'll always be like this to me. Oh no, but promise me you'll remember. Her tears were falling. I'll be different, but somewhere lost inside me there'll always be the person I am tonight. His heart beat faster and faster as Daisy's white face came up to his own. He knew that when he kissed this girl and forever wed his unutterable visions to her perishable breath, his mind would never romp again like the mind of God. So he waited, listening for a moment longer to the tuning fork that had been struck upon a star. Then he kissed her. At his lips' touch she blossomed like a flower and the incarnation was complete. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter, tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther. And one fine morning so we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. Now the standard cure for one who is sunk is to consider those in actual destitution or physical suffering. This is an all-weather beatitude for gloom in general and fairly salutary daytime advice for everyone. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, a forgotten package has the same tragic importance as a death sentence, and the cure doesn't work, and in a real dark night of the soul it is always 3 o'clock in the morning, day after day. Don't let yourself feel worthless. Often through life you will really be at your worst when you seem to think best of yourself, and don't worry about losing your personality, as you persist in calling it. At 15 you had the radiance of early morning, at 20 you will begin to have the melancholy brilliance of the moon, and when you are my age you will give out, as I do, the genial golden warmth of 4 p.m.